Hello trainers, welcome to another episode of Pokemon Go Battle. So today we have a Gengar lead team. This was actually a inspiration from FPSticks team when he was ranked number 1 at the time during his video. So I was having a very hard time in Premier Ultra League. I was watching some other YouTubers trying to play around the teams and team comps and Pokemon that I have. When I saw FPSticks team, I thought that this was something that I can actually do. So without a doubt, I created the team and just jumped right into battles. And surprisingly, we went positive 5-0, and then a 3-2, a possible 4-1, but 3-2. But without doubt, let's just jump into this team here and the gameplay that we have. So here we go. So based on the raid hour we had yesterday, I managed to get 4 charged TMs. As I don't know, it's becoming more and more scarce this season. Not sure why, but we managed to get Shadow Ball onto Gengar, and we have a champ with the typical moveset with Rock Slide and Counter, and then Lapras with Ice Shard and Ice Beam and Surf. So it is a double legacy Lapras. We did not change it to Skull Bash because I don't have the resources to create a second Lapras. So I still stuck with this team. Went pretty good with it, and as you can see, we're just trying to play out this match right here. We're just going to go off with the Surf, and surprisingly they actually used both of their shields, and I just went into Machamp. So just to maintain health, I'm just going to shield here, and we have a Venusaur, and what we're going to do here is just throw Rock Slides, and we're going to just slowly chip away damage here. Curious to see if I use the shield here. Yep, just wanted to knock out this Venusaur because Gengar can charge up to a Shadow Ball really quick. So we managed to throw 2 Rock Slides, knock out Venusaur, and we have a Gyarados, so this is just perfect. We might even have to use Gengar in this match right here. But we switch into Lapras just to chip away some damage, and I'm going to jump into Gengar and just use Shadow Punch and call it a day. So GG's there on the first match, and went a little bit too quick. We just went through another Shadow Punch, and there we go. So not too bad. I think these next couple of battles are really close, but it was still really good. But shout out to, like I said, FPSticks for this team. This team apparently got him to rank 1. He does mention sometimes with Lapras having Skull Bash, but hey, I think Ice Beam works. So here we go. We're up with a mirror match, and I ended up shielding and then just farming down energy. I'm just going to let go of the Shadow Punch to see if I can get an actual shield in this case, and we do. So I just switch into Machamp, and I'm going to most likely just build up to 2 charge attacks, and then they switch into their Heracross. Alright, so we just go off with our Rock Slide, and we're going to just chip away more damage here, and we're going to let go of this Cross Chop before we die, before we KO. So we actually got them to use their last shield, which is perfect. We're just going to go with Gengar just to knock out this Heracross because it does have, you know, counter and close combat, which would be really bad for Lapras. And once Gyarados comes back in, the trainer surrenders. GG's there. So another nice matchup. I believe this team is really good as long as you match up with the right Pokemon. So here we go again, going into this match. We have Empoleon. It's becoming more and more of a popular lead as far as what I've been seeing. And we just let go a Shadow Ball, and they do shield here. So we jump into Lapras here, and they GG's there. They don't even continue the game there. So really cool. So here we go, going on to the next battle. We were having a little bit of delays, not too much. So that was an easy 3-0 so far. And then we got a Venusaur. So with this team last night, I had only 2 sets remaining. I ended up seeing a lot of Venusaur leads. I'm not sure if that's just how the algorithm was working, or that's just how people are running their teams. But it was very interesting to see this commonality. And we going to go off with a Shadow Punch, I believe. I wasn't paying attention. No, I actually ended up switching, so I want to maintain that energy for Gengar. So usually, just like Marowak videos that I would post, usually with Marowak, and same thing like Gengar, when you have energy stored, it becomes a huge problem during the closing end games. So we had to let go of that Frenzy Plant. It hit us really hard. We ended up just going to shield here because we're just going to have that extra energy. There we go. And now shields are down. We have a Snorlax. Sadly, we lost all of our energy with Gengar, but Gengar wouldn't do anything really with Snorlax other than just chipping away very little damage. But it would have helped in this situation. But Machamp does a pretty good job on its own, just chipping away. And we have a Gyarados at the end. So look at this. We managed to let go of Cross Chop, and then we just had enough energy and health for a Rock Slide, and we knocked out Gyarados. So Rock Slide, I think, does more than 75% damage on a Gyarados, so even the Cross Chop alone just does enough damage to knock out Gyarados. So it was very close, but very fun with that match. Wasn't expecting the win there, especially when Gengar went down. But yep, here we go. Next battle, we have a Heracross as a lead. I don't want to say it's a spicy pick, but it's an interesting Pokemon to use. And we go into a Lowland Muck, and it's going to use Dark Pulse. So we're just going to let go our Surf, and we're just going to start chipping away damage, but they do utilize their shields. So in this case, I guess what you really want to do is have your opponent really knock down their shields so they don't have anything left, so Gengar can actually play. And then you also want to be sure that Gengar is in the right position so he can actually play and let go of that damage. So another Dark Pulse goes through, and we go in with Machamp. We should be able to farm down. Nope, we were just close. So just to maintain that health, I'm going to shield. Because Machamp does do a lot of damage with a lot of the Pokemon in Premier. So we have a Clefable, which is not too great. So we're going to let go of that Rock Slide, and then we're going to store up some energy first before we let go an attack, which is Shadow Punch. We do get the last shield, which is great. Now I wonder if I should have gone with Shadow Ball here, but in this case I actually stored up 2 Shadow Claws, which was not too bad, and then we had enough energy to actually let go a Shadow Ball and pretty much almost knock out Heracross with one shot. So that was GG's there for that game. So really cool. 5-0, very quick, and I did a quick screenshot just to show my buddies in the group, like, hey guys, we finally got to rank. Or not to rank, to get a 5-0. So it was really fun, really interesting. I think I'm gonna probably just go on and move on to the next set here. We like I said, got 3-2. We want to showcase some losses, see how things go. So here we go. We're gonna just move on to the next set. Why not? So we are doing pretty good. I think this was the set that we had pretty much. Oh, this is interesting. I was going to say Venusaur leads, but this is a Shadow Ampharos lead, which is very... Look how it's like chipping away damage with Gengar. So I am definitely going to shields here, and it's going to create a threat in the back. So I kind of actually want to keep Gengar and just chip away a little bit, and then start throwing Shadow Punches just to get those shields. And they actually end up switching, which was just not too good, because we let go of the Shadow Ball, but it does chip away a lot of damage. So it makes it a little bit easier for Lapras to play out with the match. Again, we just got to be careful with that Shadow Ampharos because it's going to create a threat. So this is going to most likely be a Sludge Wave. Nope, a Gunk Shot. So chips away a lot of damage. We're just going to farm down energy. We want that Ampharos last shield pretty much. So we're going to let this go, and they do use the shield, which is great. So they're actually trying to farm up energy. I think they were just being a little greedy, and we ended up getting the Surf off and knocking out Shadow Ampharos. So now we have a Lapras, and this is looking really good for us. So all we're going to do, I was trying to do a sacrificial swap, which has not been so great at all in Ultra League. So what we're going to do is let go. Oop, they just got to another Surf. And we're just gonna, might as well just let go of these 2 cross chops if we can, at least one for sure. And yep, And we just all we need to do is just probably farm down. Yep, there we go. So that was a good match. Shadow Ampharos was a little scary, not gonna lie. It's somewhat of a spicy pick, or at least a good counter that most people are using for those flyers, for water. Depending on the moveset, it does have Focus Blast, as you've seen in the last video, or also Dragon Pulse, which is a legacy move. So into this battle here, we have Machamp using Rock Slide. We had to do a quick switch. I didn't pay attention to what it was, but not looking too good for us. I think it was Gallade, if I'm not mistaken. So if this is correct, if I was paying attention, if this is actually Gallade, it actually does a lot of harm to this team comp for sure. Gallade has the close combat for the Lapras, it has Confusion for Machamp and Gengar, and then it has Leaf Blade as well too. So they ended up using one of their shields here with Lapras, and we're going to go in with Gengar quickly and just chip just a little bit of damage, and then Gallade comes in. So yep, this is going to hurt quite a bit. So the goal that I was trying to do, knowing how Gallade is a strong counter against our whole team, is to be sure that we can actually just chip away damage and to have enough energy for Gengar in the back. It was really tricky here, but it did manage to fast farm down Gallade and just have that energy for Gengar. So I'm not sure what happens there, but I was trying to see if I can farm up to a Shadow Punch and a Shadow Ball, and that was really going to be our only way of winning, but we couldn't get to it and we lost. So I think this was the one match I said we possibly had an opportunity of winning, but not too sure. So here we go, going into our next match, we have a Venusaur as the lead, and they switch into Snorlax, which is perfect for Machamp. We're going to just make sure we win this switch advantage, which is actually relatively easy unless they end up shielding twice. In this case, I wouldn't want to shield, but they let go of that Cross Chop, and we are going to shield because we do have enough energy to let go for the next Pokemon. I don't want to lose switch advantage. I still want to keep this one shield for Gengar if it's possible. So we're letting go of this Rock Slide, and we're going to try to chip to a Cross Chop, which we do, which is great. And here we go. So we have what we're going to use next. We're going to have Gengar. We're just going to quickly jump into a Shadow Punch, and they actually do shields. I do end up shielding here. I think we were able to survive a Frenzy Plant, but we still want to maintain that health. So we're going to let go of this Shadow Punch with Gyarados, and we switch into Lapras. So we can win this matchup without a doubt. It's not going to be hard at all. Crunch is going to chip away quite a bit of damage, and we're going to just charge up extra here just in case for that Venusaur, and we're just going to let go of this Ice Beam and let go of Gyarados, and then we're going to have Frenzy Plant with Lapras, and then Gengar can just farm down with fast attacks, and that is it. GG's there. So this team, like I said, as long as you line up the Pokemon, the team comp just right, we can do pretty good. And we're gonna think we had an issue here with, let's jump into this next battle. We were having issues with the stream, so we actually moved into the next set here. So we are 2 matches in, or 3 matches in, I believe. So this is probably the last one, or 2 more. So here we go. Going into the next battle, we have a Venusaur, so another Venusaur lead, and we just start farming down energy. Sometimes they actually stay in, or they just switch out. In this case, they want to go with the Frenzy Plant, so I do let it go, just so we can still have match and shields. And we're going to let go of this Shadow Punch, and they actually don't shield here, which is very interesting. So we actually do another Shadow Punch, and it's a Gengar. So we're just going to go into this Lapras. We're just going to start chipping away damage. The name of the game here is just to be ahead on energy just a little bit, be ahead a little bit on our shields as well too. So they actually don't shield here, which I think was maybe a mistake, I'm not too sure. But Venusaur comes in, and I think in this case I just actually want to shield because Lapras has a good matchup towards the end here, knowing that Gengar was in the team comp and a Venusaur. So now we have a Swampert. So it is still a little bit questionable. We're going to chip away more with Surf, and we're going to move into Gengar, and we just missed that Shadow Punch, wanting to get rid of that last shield. So we're going back in. We're going to let go of this Earthquake most likely, and we're just going to start chipping away damage here. So I don't think Machamp would have any issues with Swampert and having health this low. But actually, now that I remember, he probably farmed so much energy. He had an Earthquake and also a Hydro Cannon. So it was very devastating for this match. Because I could have won it. It was very, very close. But that was actually a very good battle there on that trainer's part. It was really, really cool. So moving on to the next battle, I think this is the last one now. We have a Charizard lead, so we start chipping away damage, building up to a Shadow Ball, and we're just going to let it go to see if they're actually going to shield. In most cases, they probably would, which they did. And then we're going to switch into our Lapras and start farming some energy, and this most likely is going to be a Blast Burn. So we're going to let go of this Surf. This is going to really pressure shields, and we're going to see how things are going to work out. So now they're out of shields, which is perfect. They're gonna let go of our Lapras, but we're gonna also let go of this Surf. So it's gonna be very good. We're going to probably go in with Gengar, start farming energy because the counters are not going to be super effective, but we do have to watch out for the Rock Slides. So we're just gonna quickly farm down energy here. We're gonna just aggressively farm. We're gonna utilize both of our shields, and we're going to see what's going to be the next Pokemon. So we have a Gyarados. Perfect. We're gonna go off the Rock Slide here. Just want to be sure because Rock Slide does more damage than counter, and this might be just an Aqua Tail. Yeah, and we're just going to farm down. I don't think this is going to be enough. Oh, we do. And we're going to see is the Charizard once again, and a Rock Slide is just going to be enough to knock out Charizard. So there we go. That was another good match, and we did pretty good there. So like I said, that could have been maybe a possible 4-1, not a 5-0, but that was pretty cool for that match, and I really enjoyed the team. So guys, again, thank you FPSticks for this team, showcasing it. I know you said it was very hard trying to find those matches. I can't believe it's like 24 hours just to do one set, so I'm kind of happy that I can play around with this team. But yeah, without a doubt, guys, if you want to watch more of these videos, you can like and subscribe, and if anything, you can watch me on Twitch. Now I'm streaming every day, at least for the 5 sets, as long as I'm doing fairly good, fairly decent. But without a doubt, thanks for watching, and until next time.